I can be around. It's like, no, we're going to show them this one. How's it going, Corey? It's going.
My computer screen, Cindy.
That's for camera. Good to go now, Good. All right, thank you. I'd like to, 7:01, I'd like to call the order the regular council meeting, Town of Thorsby, November 22nd. I'd like to point out on the agenda, this is our new agenda as part of our bylaw that we passed for our council meeting. So you'll see a few more headings in there, but if there's nothing in there, we won't be talking about it. You'll see the regular meeting. But a little different format, that's all. So first order of business then, there won't be any pecuniary interest regarding the agenda that I'm aware of. The agenda additions, deletions. Anybody has any additions? I have a couple I would like to add. 8.3, Chamber of Commerce Community Grant Application. And 12.1, Library Thank You. That's all I have. Does anybody have anything else?
We got the agenda as amended.
You? Favor? That is carried. Item number 4, adoption of previous minutes. The minutes of the October 25th organizational meeting, November the 3rd special audit meeting, and the minutes for the November 8th community of the whole meeting. Are there any error or omissions in there that anybody would like to propose? If not, I'd like a motion, please, to approve the minutes. Motion to approve the adoption. John, in favor? That is carried. The next item would be the presentation, delegations. The first one, 6.9, Thorsby and District Cultural and Historical Society Budget Presentation, Marvin Cobbett. And everybody has a little, you should have a printout here for that one. We just added that one in there.
Yes. Hold on. For the beginning of 2022, we had received from the town $15,000, and I gave a breakdown of what our utilities were for last November to October here, and that includes direct energy, which was roughly $5,000. Of course, 4,000, water bill, about 1,000, garbage pickup, about 300. And then there was the expenses of the elevator, and also the cleaning of the range hood that is done by hydroblast. That has to be done, keep that clean so there is no fires. And then Ram had to come out and repair the elevator again, and we had to have our sump pump at the hall looked at. Because even right now, as I speak, it is something wrong. If there's got to be a spring under that building, or it would tap right into a water line, I don't know. But anyways, all the total expenditure for utilities for the hall is $12,729. That was for last year, and we are hoping that we're going to get the budget in for basically.
Go ahead.
So what are you asking for the names again? Or culvert would be nice because you can't foresee the future. There might be, like the furnaces are old, there's still old stuff in there that has to be, addressed and out of the hall itself.
And what is the number? 15.
All right, thanks so much, very good.
I just have a question, Mr. Mayor, to Mrs. Conlon. Some pumps, sometimes some pumps run a lot if you're under level 1 that you know with. I think you need to take a look at it.
Oh, no, GWI was there. I don't know why there's water there. That's the hiccup. I don't know why.
It's like it's an exterior culvert it is reasonably deep, but yeah, it's a lot more water than a person would expect.
A lot of groundwater,
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah.
And
It-
is that because maybe the east truss system is maybe not working as it should on the sides of the building,
I
or
don't
is
think
it one
so.
of those anomalies?
I think it's just there's a lot of groundwater there, and it's not really clear why. But the water table there is,
Is it on the north side?
yes,
And it's flooded in the basement
yeah.
from that wall.
That's why they have that deep. It's a, like I say, I've never measured it. It's quite a deep exterior culvert there, but it's always, yeah, like it's always full. I mean, this time of year, I mean, your sump pump shouldn't be running. It is.
Yeah, it's the same amount of water that's coming off the east drop right now that's coming out of that pump out there.
And yeah,
Unbelievable.
and it's like it's a stable water level. I mean, the pump can run all day long, and it doesn't matter, right? That's just going to be the water table, and I don't know why it's so high there.
But if that was corrected from that east drop where the water from the
Yeah, just
east
east
north
drop last
east
year,
drop,
didn't
it's going, there's a long east drop going on, off the building,
Yeah.
yes, but it's made itself be full, a well, and that's always full of water. But somehow that might get drained someplace else, then maybe we wouldn't, I don't know, I have no idea. But if we just have to keep on circulating, we'll keep on circulating water.
There be no leaking tolerance in that building, no waterproof leaking tolerance.
I think that's why somebody, God knows when, came up with this exterior culvert notion, because it isn't, right? So I think that was somebody's notion of how to fix the problem without putting in weeping tile.
I think it'd be wise to have someone come through with like Avalon Construction or something, come take a look at it, they specialize in stuff like that.
Like I say, there's no good reason for the water table to be as high as it is today. I don't know the geology of what's going on there, but there's something that somebody should look at.
What I'll do then, after good with Mr. Mayor, to public, is I'll call, Avalon Construction at the Edmonton, that the pump specialist, they do this for a living. Let's take a look at it.
Go ahead.
Regarding the water bill, is that a base that's given to the hall, or do you ever use over and above that at the time?
Sometimes, depends on the groups that are in there.
And I know it's been quiet, but it just seems really stable at.
It is, but there has been times where the water has been.
Do you have any other questions for public? All right, we'll just go through all these delegations, and then I'll ask for a motion there to accept them as information for our budget. Do our budget. So the next, 6.2, the Thorsby Municipal Library budget presentation. I guess the Gail, and Talia here. Thank you.
Well, I'm Gail, and I'm Gail Pacuda, I'm the library manager, and this is Javier Bente. And we have Gail Pollock, who's also here from the library board. We actually have another member. The two of them in different organizations.
So we're not.
I just wanted to thank council for all your support over the past year, and we've got our budget. Just to tell you a few of the things that we've done this year that have been new from other years. We started art shows. We've had 4 art shows. We have a portable library. Wi-Fi hub, but, mostly for people who, it's portable Wi-Fi hub. We have bowling, still have bowling passes. We have a collection of approximately 13,000 items. Staff of 4, volunteers of 5, plus all the board members. We've got about 400 patrons. We do early literacy programming on Friday morning. We give welcome baby bags to new families with little ones. We do a summer reading club. We have guest readers, artists, astronomers, and we recently had a book sale and made $638 and had over 115 visitors. So we've been doing a lot this year. We just expanded our hours, hoping that we will still have the budget to carry that through in the new year, and trying to get back to pre-COVID levels of service. So that's where we are. And Tavia's been training with Mary, who's been our budget, our treasurer for, I think it's 17 years. That's Mary Jablonski. And so Tavia has shadowed Mary for the whole year. And so we're very confident and happy and excited to have Tavia on the team officially, because Mary has, we let her go. Anyway. Yeah.
Yes. So.
Oh, how do you guys, did you guys want more information?
Sure, if you don't mind.
You can tell us whatever you want to tell us.
Right. So we would like to start with noting that our 2019 pre-COVID municipal requisition was $50,000. And the following years, the board reduced their municipal requisition to work within the fiscal constraints of COVID. This term, we are requesting $48,000 with the hope that they can return to the pre-COVID municipal requisition next term. The reduced funding has affected library hours, limited programs for the community. Our future goals, as laid out in our new plan of service. Our first goal is to be the hub of Thorsby and the area. Our second goal is to provide quality programming and education opportunities to the needs of the Thorsby area. And our third goal is to embody and commit to diversity and inclusion in the library work. Now to the budget part. Our revenue total proposed is $66,020. Our total expenses are projected to be $80,670.39. So, and that includes the wage and benefits, $47,750. We are hoping to apply COLA and merit increases to our staff compensation that is not considered for today's market. This concludes the budget.
Yeah. When was the last time you guys did a COLA or any sort of increase?
That I don't know. Yeah, it's been I've heard rumors.
Yeah, I heard
a
it's
long
been
time,
a
but I
many,
didn't get used up.
Well, I just know it's many years, just for FYI to everybody else.
Yeah. Would you like me to find out? No? Yes.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Anybody have any other questions? Everybody seems pretty happy over there. You've seen lots of kids.
Lots of kids, lots of adults, lots of people coming to the library. It's different every day. It's great. It's an amazing community, and we get to see everyone. So we see as many people as we can. I wish we saw more people, but the ones that come through the door, just great.
All right, well, thank you very much, ladies, for coming on, and I don't know what you got up there. You got some.
There's cinnamon buns with cream and sugar, and just plain buns.
Oh, well, thank you for that. And,
I tried a new recipe.
And you're the guinea pig.
Yeah.
right, the next delegation for budget presentation, the community moves. Carol, Larry, I'm not sure who's doing it, or?
I
Go? You are. Okay.
Good evening.
Yes.
So I am Kim Brightman, and I'm going to speak on behalf of the community. Yes. So, good evening, Mayor and councilors and administration, and yes. So, for the 2023 growing season, the National Communities in Bloom program across the country wishes to have all gardening groups encourage purple into their designs this year. The Thorsby Communities in Bloom Society is excited to tell you that we are going on 18 years of serving our community faithfully. We started in 2005. I've only been on there 3 years. Our accomplishments are visible in every corner of the community as we continue to work towards post-war enhancement of the community. So our season begins in November, when we try to get confirmation on the budget from council. If we do achieve this, we can then order our choice of plant varieties for the season. If we aren't able to achieve our early commitment, we are left to choose varieties that the greenhouses choose, which doesn't always align with our goals. All hanging planters were taken out of use along 52nd Street throughout the community, except for the municipal office in 2022. This was done to save money last year after we were paddled. I didn't like that. After we had to take on the watering expenses not previously discussed prior to budget. Last year, 76 hours were needed to water. Although it seemed to work out, it came with many challenges, and it's not a practice we have ever done. CIB did pay $1,250 for wages to help support the town, but in doing that, sacrificed the planters and the plants to achieve this. Some residents did question where all the hanging planters had gone and that they wanted them back. We are here to discuss where we stand for 2023 season. So Thorsby is requesting $400,000. I just added that listed in, but you got that. All right, I'll back up 4,000. Cindy, 400,000 was going to be good. Okay. Donna. 4,000. But those guys are always getting all kinds of stuff. Okay, $4,000 budget for plants. This does not include the watering costs, though. So since we're such a small group, we're not able to take the watering on. It is quite a lot, and I did go a couple of times.
So you're just, although you're not asking money for it, you're asking the town to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
We'll
discuss it.
Oh, okay. We'll get to discuss it. So, if you don't take it on, I don't know what's going to happen. We can't do it. We don't have the financial means to do it, or vehicles, or anything, really. We're not set up for that. So we will continue with the Adopt a Barrel program, also for 2023. The sponsoring businesses or individuals will have the option to sponsor any planter they choose throughout the community. This worked really well last year. We, in return, will put a small sign in their chosen planter that showcases their generous sponsorship. This past summer, we were able to get 40 sponsors. The added revenue helped build up our account after 2 years of not being able to fundraise. So COVID. In 2023, we have some projects to finish, which is the landscaping around the photo booth, the ground prepping for the community orchard, putting out the garbage recycling bins for 2022 grants, from the 2022 grant, Plant 3 more fruit trees and work with the Thorsby Chamber with landscaping. We will continue to explore ideas and grant options in 2023. This one stands out to our group. Last year, CID volunteers worked on trail grooming as needed, volunteer hours were in excess of 200 plus hours. And currently there is no budget for trail work or policy to guide anyone. CIB is to help with the trails, but guidance is necessary to maintain strong working village. Thanks for your consideration. Ready? If you have questions,
Yeah, just a couple. So on your, proposed budget, I'm not quite sure, just a typo there on your total revenue there.
there.
I don't know.
67,500.
67,500
Yeah.
revenue there.
750.
750.
I'm sure it's probably 67.
That's right. Just like my 400,000, which wanted to get those slipped in there, but you keep catching things. Yeah.
Not a problem. So do you guys, just one question for me, I guess, is that, you guys have an organizational on their members or anything like that?
We do. So I am vice chair.
You are, okay.
Yeah. That's it, that's all you need to know. Very, very chair. And that's hearing
Directors.
So I'm just curious to understand, about how many members do you guys have?
So I would say 7.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it. That's it. And I'm telling you that the watering was, the planting is great and everybody chips in and there's nothing to that. Buying the plants is great and cleaning out the planters, we always have help with that. And planting, we all pitch in and help with that. But that's all we have, is 7 members.
I missed the 7.
Thank you. Right.
Go ahead, Gary.
When you say clean out the samples at the end of the season, those areas that are planted in the middle,
So those were given to a lady that asked for them.
if you look at those area tubers out and you put them in a full dark place, and then you put them out them and put them back in the samples, and it doesn't
Yeah, who's gonna do that? Yeah.
Schools are places of great growth.
Well, we are, yes, but who's
We
gonna
don't have a space.
Yeah,
They
the
don't
housing that we
even have space for their planters and stuff, let
No.
alone, yeah, like, it's just.
So we do clean them out, you're right, but one of the ladies in Thorsby took the areas, one of them, which is fine because we don't have any place to house them now.
And one year we did plant some shrubs in the middle, and then we did, we plant them into like round complexes.
on back to the tubers, the area tubers. I know somebody that will house those tubers in the season, not far from where you live, and up across the road.
Are we in the country?
We'll put those in the statement.
Oh, well, that's great. Okay, thank you. Consider that, yeah.
Thank you for that. Anybody have any other questions? Or anybody else? Well, thank you very much for your presentation, and we will be taking this into consideration in the budget.
Thank you.
Food bank, 6.4. Kurt's not here, is she?
No, Mr. Mayor. So the Leduca District Food Bank, first of all, I'd like to appreciate the opportunity to thank Mayor Hodgson and Council for their support. Continued growth, they're asking Mayor Council to consider the request of funding for $500 for the 2022 year. The contribution has an impact on the organization's financial health and its ability to provide services to the community, and they're asking town council to continue to stand behind the District Food Bank as they continue to work hard for the people who are reaching. There is a copy of the annual report and also basically a bit of a statistical summary on the 2021 food hampers. So in Thorsby, there was 24 families served, total hampers at 48, adults unique, and what that unique means is represents a family or person counted once, regardless of how many times you use the services. Children unique was 35, same kind of accounting. Adults were 35, sorry. 29. Pounds distributed in our area was 10,000 pounds, 10,343 pounds. So that's quite a bit of food, actually. And of course, approximate value distributed per area is 26,000. And if you take a look at, I mean, we can't compare with, for sure, Kalmar and all those places, but you look at Little Thorsby, we certainly, the District Food Bank made an incredible impact on assistance in our community. There's no question about it. They also have a unique event called the Bread Basket for their new clients. There was 166 total in 2021, and the clients are registered to receive a bread hamper in between or instead of a regular hamper that contains extra items when available, such as fruit, vegetables, dairy, potatoes, etc. So that's good. A nice unique feature that they have as well. A recent update is the new District Food Bank was offered in May, June the opportunity to purchase the 2 bays adjoining their present operation. Due to the tremendous growth in demand they experienced in moving to the location, the decision was made to purchase the 2 bays, and they'll be working towards moving the kitchen and skilled learning center over to the warehouse location. And adjoining that, they'll be working on a community kitchen that will allow them to expand their programs to clients in the region. And this will logistically help combine and support the present program. It also gives the Leduc District Food Bank a warehouse space, which is presently in capacity, offer a safer working space for the staff and volunteers, and will help support the services for the next several years to come. The hope is that they'll be able to offer programs in other locations, such as the Thorsby project that was started before COVID. We're excited to support that. This will help better service the other areas of the region. I've known Gert for a lot of years, and I know a lot of her volunteers and staff at the food. I hope she never retires. They're in trouble. They're in serious trouble when they do. I don't read that negatively. She is a very dedicated woman, and she does a great deal for the food bank. And to bring the food kitchen, I think, out this Thorsby place, and I think it's a very worthwhile project, a very worthwhile opportunity. So that is their presentation, Your Worship and Council.
Thank you for that. Anybody have any questions for Donna? She can answer. If not, can I get a motion for 6.1, 6.2, 3, and 4 to be for information to consider in our budget discussions here?
I'll make a motion to approve 6, 1, 2, 3, 4 information to review our budget.
John, in favor? That is carried. All right, new business, 8.1, Fortis franchise fees. Donna, you want to talk to that?
I certainly can, Your Worship. So you have the Fortis franchise riders that Fortis provides. We have a franchise fee that is paid to municipalities because Fortis lines around for municipalities. So it's like a service fee. It's paid to all municipalities. Currently, we are at the top franchise fee percentage of 20%, which is very good. And it's brought an estimated revenue for the town of $194,800 for the period of 2021 and 2022. At the current rate, the 2023 estimation for revenue is $195,523. So, we're recommending, because we're at the top of the franchise fee system, we're recommending that council pass a resolution to keep the franchise fee as it is for Fortis at 20%. She want to drop it. So she's not recommending that. And that way I can get a hold of Fortis after a resolution, with the resolution, and indicate that their franchise fee is deemed appropriate. But it's interesting, you can see some municipalities down here that are, Casano's at 0%, because they have no lines running through Casano, I guess. Black Diamond's only at 3%. You look at Devon's at 13, which is interesting. We're sitting at 20, so 4.7 at Edson. looking up Ranchland. Ranchland is not in here. Ranchland, interestingly enough, with Ranchland, they're down by chain links on Highway 22, close to Christmas Path. They have pipeline franchise fees, and they only have 85 residents. They have millions in the bank from all the pipelines across. So these franchise fees are really important to municipalities, and we don't spend them frivolously for sure. We use them sometimes in our operational budget. Fortis doesn't care how we use them, but we do have to let them know what we're going to do with them. Sometimes we put them in reserve, utility reserves as well, because it allows us to do that. So that's the presentation.
Thank you very much.
In this regard, just there's a side comment of, for us, I believe we have a policy where half of the electrical goes to reserve, but there's also ACO as a whole other follow-ups, and we're at the top of that one as well. I've argued for years and years and years. I don't suspect anyone's going to change it today, but I have always been opposed to the franchise fees. It is a secret, hidden, backdoor tax. Drop it to zero. Yes, it would increase taxes, but it's transparent and clear. We are taxing people on their utility bills. That is what we are doing. We are just not doing it in a way that is transparent to residents who pay utility bills. I think it should be at zero. Yes, that would mean taxes go up. Most people pay more, but it would at least be clear that we are the ones who are taxing them, instead of them thinking it's the power company. So my take on it is drop it to zero. I realize it's not going to happen, but that's what I think it should be.
Yeah, that's for sure if we do.
Yeah, yes, it would increase taxes a corresponding amount, but then at least we're being transparent that we're collecting that money from the resident either way, because we are collecting it from the resident either way.
I mean, it's something we definitely have to look into, and hopefully we're going to be in a position sometime down the line to do it zero, but unfortunately, I don't think we're in that position. But anyhow, I guess we need a motion then to continue with the current fee, yea or nay, so if somebody want to make a motion on that.
I can make a motion to keep our Fortis franchise fee at 20%.
All in favor? Opposed? And carried. Yep. Next item would be 8.2, Christmas staff functions, December 22nd. Once again, you want to bring that one up?
Thanks, sir. So you can see by your RFP, we do have a policy that was written in 2038. It has not been rescinded, and the policy statement provides that the floating day falls on December 23rd, 2022, and be the floating day. So if we'll be off the 23rd, that's the Friday. So what we want to do is ask the council's permission to be able to close the office on the 22nd at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for staff function for Christmas. Staff and administration will advertise it very distinctly. We'll be closed an hour and a half before it's supposed to be that to the end of the 22nd. We certainly can look at this policy later in the year. We should take a look at it and bring it back, but as it stands now, we are obliged for a closing date. So our request is for council to consider allowing us to close the office at 3 p.m. on December 22nd before advertised.
I can't imagine that that's a huge problem for anyone. I move to allow administration to close the office at 3 p.m. on the 22nd.
Right. Okay. Motion?
I just
all in favor? Yeah. I thought there was more coming. Okay. Yeah, I don't see a problem either.
Thank you, Worship and Council.
All right. Next item, 8.3, Chamber of Commerce Community Grant Application. And I think you guys all have a handout there. Speak to this. They're having their Christmas in the Village, December the 2nd. There's a whole list of things that's going on there. See if Cindy, we have money left in our budget there for that. So they're requesting $500 for this, the second. If anybody has any questions, you'll see there's quite a bit of stuff going on there. Go through it if everybody likes, but I think it's pretty straightforward. So I need a motion to accept the grant application for $500 for the Chamber of Commerce. You, all in favor? It is carried. All right, the next item would be 11.1, the CEO report for Water for Life. Don, if you wouldn't mind telling us what's going on there.
Absolutely, Mr. Mayor. So just to kind of recap, the first grant of $196,000 basically was to fully understand the options for the town and the work to compile the options. Water Smart will review the regulatory factors that are relevant and that could impact the project. Whoops, wrong grant, sorry. Hang on. Sorry, I apologize. The basket truck up here, first grant for $195,000. The regional water feasibility study, was an engineering assessment that is currently reviewing and reporting on the current infrastructure and the servicing needs of the regional water supply system that originates from the town of Thorsby. So distribution of water, providing high quality treated water to the region. So existing infrastructure related to the supply of treated water and the treatment of the associated wastewater for the communities of the town of Thorsby, Village of Warburg, Village of Breton, Hamlet of Mulhurst Bay, around Pigeon Lake, is being reviewed, assessed, and have upgrades identified for a 25-year design life. We're adding another one to that, and that's Enoch Cremation. That's Enoch. I had a meeting with Enoch last Friday, my third one with Enoch. Currently, they're on cistern. The only building that's on water is the casino from Epcor, and Epcor charges them just about $185,000 a quarter for water. And all the nation residents are on cistern. So they're very keen. I was speaking to other council members, and so what will happen is Jared, our engineer, will add this one in. There's no extra cost. We'll add this one in. We believe we can distribute. There's certain right-of-ways underneath the river that Water Smart will look into for us. And Enoch comes with a lot of federal grants, and they're prepared to help us out with that wholeheartedly. We kind of heard what we're up to, and they're very interested. So one of the things that we were talking about is they had a, how to say this, I'm not trying to hide anything, it's got to be careful. They had a consultant come in and give them a price on a new lagoon for the reason at $75 million. They are going to send distribution to our engineer for a second one. It's, they don't need the big cells we have for sure. They just have a different system. So when Jared does that assessment out there, he will look at that. They're not comfortable with it, and quite frankly, I wasn't either. So I think it's the second one. And they're not prepared to go further with it, so they have a second engineering company. And because we're already there, and it doesn't cost any more extra on the grant, because that was when we got this original grant, we said we'd probably include a first mission in this grant, so Water for Life doesn't have an issue with it, and we'll look at that in the just to assess the situation. So we met, as Mayor Hostin mentioned in the last council meeting, we met with Water Smart in Red Deer. They brought us back a proposal to fully understand the options for the town and to work to compile the options for a coherent format. So review the regulatory factors. And this is quite important because Water Smart has the ability, the folks with the engineering and hydrology background to look at us crossing boundary lines, like look at the county snow guys, the county gas going. Once we get out of our boundaries, we have to follow the regulatory issues, and they can help us with that quite handily. And that are relevant could impact the project implementation. They'll be identified for consideration for our project planning. So we're looking at potentially doing this simultaneously. Some of the regulatory factors that will be identified relate to provincial regs and water act limitations on moving water between major basins. So we're moving from potentially the Saskatchewan River Basin to the Pigeon Lake River Basin. So there's regulatory issues of moving water. I asked them, I said, are they insurmountable? They said, no, it just has to be done well, and you have to have folks that know how to do it. They indicated that they'll try and do this yourself, which we have no intention of doing. A variety of potential legal structures will be reviewed and assessed for appropriateness for the entities that will need to be created to distribute water. So corporation, commission, cooperative, or utility. I can say right now that Chestermere formed a utility and they're in serious trouble with it. Because it's not a good option. They'll draw on familiarity with existing water servicing supply entities in Alberta to prepare how the structures work within the province's regulatory framework. They're going to work with our engineering company, and they'll also do the economic assessment and recommend the next steps. So when I say economic assessment, yes, sir.
So, just before you get too far there, these people here, they've already got a team together, and some of the resumes, we'll get I imagine we'll get that copy to everybody for.
I certainly can.
We have it right there, okay. Quite impressive in some of the people that are involved. The CEO for the Water for Life is a guy named Ken Sturgis, and he sits on the chair of the Water for Life. And he is the one that has been instrumental in forming all of the commissions and the water commissions down in the south, for their watersheds down there in the South Saskatchewan River and Brooks and all that stuff around there. This guy, this is what he does. And he's ready. You'll see on that proposal all these resumes, and I just want to point out that this guy is quite impressive, and he does this. This is what he does.
Yeah, including in Sweden, Noble Corporation, Rainbow Lake Field in northern Alberta, etc. The other Water Smart Solutions is Kevin Wilkinson, a certified environmental professional. The other, through all the resumes, but Rajiv Ramchandra is all over the world as well.
So these people, they know how to do it. They know the steps. They know the people to talk and the doors to knock on, and all this stuff. So, if we can get them going on this for no cost to us and grant money and stuff like that, it's certainly a step in the right direction.
100%, Your Worship, and their fee to do this portion, and I've talked to them about looking for a grant for this. They have a lot of input into grants. It's $31,000 to do this study, which is very inexpensive to lay out the plan of how we go through all the different regulatory bodies and so forth. And we'll be looking for a grant for this one. We're pretty confident we'll get it, and hopefully they can start in the new year because they want to start companioning with Select Engineering in the new year with Select is bringing forward with their study and companioning with them. So they just have to give you the lead on grants. If they don't want to fill them out, I'm good with filling them out, not a problem. And so if you look at a chart, step one is we got the $195,000 grant to look at everybody's infrastructure to see is it good for 25 years, what it needs to upgrade. This grant then looks at the regulatory issues of pipelining water, basically, layman's language. There'll also be other grants coming for those municipalities or entities that want to have water distribution because some may have to upgrade their raw water ponds, some may have to upgrade their water systems or piping or whatever. We don't know what that's going to be yet, so probably April. But in the meantime, we'll be planning for that as well, moving forward, and help our partners if they want to come along with us. Water for Life is very interesting. The third thing we're doing, would you like to talk about that?
Go ahead.
Okay. The third thing we're looking at is we'll be sending all our water documents, land files, licensing, and everything to a Denton law firm so that they can make sure all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted before we do anything. So the documents are fine. You have the money in the budget, so it's not going to be huge. We'll work at a very reasonable fee with them. We're going to cap it at $5,000. So look at this. that is good. There's no land outstanding, there's no land agents that didn't do their job 20 years ago. There's no licensing issues, no regulatory issues that were left hanging. So we want to make sure that's all done. And that will be done probably, I'm thinking before we pass the budget in December, they're going to advise us on that, so that we know. But that can come out of our current legal budget.
And I think the thing to acknowledge there is that, you know, we've had this license for 20 years. You know, we're gonna go ahead with this grant, and then we know everything's in place. You know, I mean, all of a sudden, maybe there's some right of way or something that's lapsed or something, so you have to get that all done before you go any steps further. You know, before you talk about doing a water connection or anything, I mean, you have to make sure all this stuff is in place. So I think it's a step that, you know, we probably should have done probably a long time ago. But I think that's what happens.
Being careful, Your Worship.
Any questions on that? So you just, that's just for information, there's nothing there to,
No, we have everything in the budget. It was passed last year, so we don't need funds or anything. And we're indicating to you though that we'll cap the caucusing and the caucusing will cap it at $5,000.
questions on that? How could I do that motion to accept the CEO report for information?
I need to accept the CEO report for commission.
All in favor? That is carried. Next item, 12.1, public comments. I just want to, the ladies at the library, thank you very much, but I want to read a thank you note here. Dear Town of Thorsby, thank you very much for supporting the library's coffee house with $200 refund. We had excellent feedback and a lot of interest in this program featuring Indigenous voices, consider the Thorsby Library Board. So thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. For information. That's really about it for this. Before we leave us there, does anybody have anything that they want to bring up? Anybody in the gallery? I just had a question. Sure. Hankin baskets and water. What else equipment? Other towns, that was all under the town's responsibility.
At one point.
I don't think there's Barry or Grant, Barry, you might know, like, I mean, there's no actually sprayer. Do we have a sprayer, or do we have a water tank? I think we just, how are you guys doing it this summer?
So we need to move like trailer, and the town has to do toll, or you toll. We have a toll.
How did that meet up?
In the past, I believe the ambulance was rented, which came at a cost. This summer or this year, ordered the bucket attachment. That's a ambulance for a bucket, so that will equate cost.
I just wanted,
Yep.
other towns seem to have.
Yeah, I think they've got, well, I know, yeah, you go to City of Edmonton, I mean, they've got a truck in every corner, but yeah.
Just the other comment.
We'll be taking it into consideration.
Got another comment.
Just about franchise. There and that. I know the town needs money to being at the high end. Franchise fees isn't something like the we have already, it's just my own personal. So that's not, we can get rid of that money anyway, because we still need it. I can understand that. Shouldn't be too proud of being at the high end.
Well, I don't think there's, yeah. There's a list if you want, there's a list above everyone there, certainly provide you a list of every community and.
Oh, I just saw what they,
Yeah, you
what they were there. Saying that we were at the highest end of it.
There's lots of communities that are at 20%, sure.
Also 2,000 that charge zero.
True. Something we need to work on, sure. Anything else? Not gonna take a motion, take a 10-minute recess and then come back in 10. John? All in favor? Carried. I fully agree with you.
Well, like I say, you're taxing the residents, but you're also not taxing anybody who has vacant property.